What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for another episode of UnSKripted. Man, look, this is the hashtag Week with Russo. Man, I can't clearly I can't get enough of Vince Russo. Clearly, absolutely.
Doctor, give me the news. What's up, Chris?
Man, it's another day, man. Another day to be happy, man. I'm alive and I'm here and I'm well and I'm here, man. I'm being happy, man. And it's another day, my man.
Yeah, you're happy because you don't have to watch another Raw till 6 days.
Hey, yes, give me another one.
Oy vey.
All right, man. So without further ado, you ready to jump right into these questions?
Let's do. Oh, this is a Q&A gimmick?
Yeah, it's all Q&A, man.
Oh, yeah, that's easy. Yeah. I thought I was going to have to book some nonsense here tonight, bro. Let's do Q&A. I'm all for Q&A.
Yeah, that's a couple of days. We'll start booking nonsense in a couple of days. We'll do the Q&A right now. All right, so we are live here. So let's start off with Guillermo. Tell us, did Hulk Hogan had a limit on his creative control clause of his contract, or could he do anything he wanted?
Bro, that's a great question because I don't know. I never saw Hulk Hogan's contract. I was never privy to Hulk Hogan's contract. So I don't know what the absolute extent of his creative control was. I know he pulled it on me. I mean, I definitely had to deal with Hulk's creative control, but I do not know what the boundaries were, bro. That's a very, very good question.
Yes, indeed. Elvis said, did you run the wrestling company up in Denver, Colorado? And so you know DCW wrestler Manny Lemons.
Yeah, I didn't run the company up in Denver. I mean, it wasn't my company. He's talking about Rocky Mountain Pro, but I did help out for a certain period of time. I do help out with DCW, which is in Utah. I help out. Yes, Manny Lemons is a very, very good friend of mine. Devotion Championship Wrestling in Salt Lake. Yes, I do work with them.
Nice. Leo's asking, was Scott Steiner and Sid Vicious real loose cannons?
Not at all. I mean, absolutely not at all. You know, bro, Scott had this persona backstage where he wanted you to believe he was a loose cannon. And there were people backstage that believed Scott was a loose cannon. You know, bro, listen, I saw Scott go off a couple of times, but I saw everybody go off a couple of times. But when you got to really know Scott Steiner and you kind of got to peel back the onion and get through the facade a little bit. One of the greatest guys, bro. I loved working with Scott. Scott always made me laugh, man. Never had an issue with him. One of my favorite guys to work with. And Sid was, I don't really think Sid had that reputation. Sid kept to himself a lot, was very quiet, very mild-mannered in the back. But like Sid didn't really hang in circles. He kind of kept to himself, but he never, ever showed that kind of demeanor backstage.
Nice. Let's start off. Let's go with Brennan's asking, how's your eye? How was the operation?
Bro, the operation is good. Chris, it is so weird. I had to get both of my cataracts replaced, and then I had to get both of my corneas replaced. Mm-hmm. And my dog had to go in today for eye surgery. So it's like me and my dog are both sitting here going through eye surgery. The only difference is I don't have to wear a ridiculous coat on my head, bro.
That is a difference. Anoop is asking, enjoyed your commentary with JR and WWF New York on Saturday mornings. It was like a New York version of Shotgun. How did you like that role?
I loved it, bro. But listen, I'll be honest, I didn't know what I was doing. They wanted me to do it because I was from New York. I was happy to do it, bro. You know, I love doing it. I told you guys all along, my love has always been in, radio and commentary and things of that nature. So I really, really enjoyed doing that. But like I said, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah. Roland's asking, Vince, is HBK HBK never got hurt in 98? Do you I guess he's trying to say, if HBK never got hurt in 98, do you think Triple H still would have been as big a star as he did?
That is a great question, Roland, and I've never really been asked that before. And you know what, bro? I'm gonna say no, because there is a lot to wrestlers protecting their spots, even when it comes to friends. So if Shawn would have never got hurt and Shawn was still on the scene, I'm sure even though he was friends with Triple H, Shawn would have protected his spot probably without Hunter even knowing about it.
That's a really interesting concept. I agree. It really, that is really interesting.
Let me tell you something. In the heat of it, Chris, I'm not talking today. I know, Shawn, Road Dogg, Triple H, I know they all work NXT. I get it. But, bro, let me tell you something. Back in the day when they're active workers, Chris, there are no friends. There are no true friendships backstage. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what you hear. This is an industry that has always been made upon the backs of independent contractors. What that means right there, bro, is you are pitting everybody against each other. That is the environment. There are no friends.
Dog eat dog, man.
Yep,
you guys protect your spot.
That's right.
Jason's asking if you had to rank the 6 I don't know what he's trying to say. Let's just say if the 6 wrestlers you made champions from the bottom up, order would you put them in as far as impact going forward goes? So let's just kind of restate this question in a matter of your top 6 people that you've made champions, that you booked to be champions
across the board.
Yeah.
Well, bro, I will always say this, and I told him this, bro. Chris, all around, I think the greatest all-around wrestler I ever worked with and wrote for was Shawn Michaels. I think Shawn was the best, bro, because when you look at every facet of the job, everything included, I think Shawn was the best. But I'd have to say, bro, obviously Shawn, Rock, obviously, Steve. Gosh, bro, there were so many. Taker, there were just so many, man.
Yeah. Who's who at that point for sure.
Yeah.
Shane is asking, what did you think about the Vice series on wrestling?
Chris, I'm not a fan of it. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more, and I'll tell you why. Listen, bro, I've got nothing against those 2 guys. Those 2 guys came to my house, nice guys, paid me well. But, Chris, they've got an agenda.
Yeah.
It's a television show, bro, and they are trying to make this television show compelling and controversial. And now I hear in the new season they're digging even deeper. Bro, they were trying to create a whole angle with me and Cornette. I mean, that's where they were going. And, bro, there is no angle. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say this. I don't have an issue with Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette has an issue with me. So everybody's looking for this big angle. Bro, there's no angle. Whatever the guy does, it's got no bearing on me whatsoever. And, bro, I sit back, Chris, and I watched the Brawl for All episode. I think that was the only one I watched. And Chris, I'll be honest with you, bro. People are just lying. And I said to the producers of that show, this is what I said to them, Chris. I said, listen, bro, I'm not interested in doing any more of these shows because, bro, you got guys that are just lying. And I said to them, you want real ratings, bro? You want controversy? I said, no problem. I will be the first one in line to do your show. You know what, bro? How about hooking everybody up to a lie detector test when they're telling their stories? How about, bro, I'll go first. Sign me up first. I said, bro, unless you do that, I'm just not interested in doing a show with a bunch of people that are just not telling the truth.
Yeah, it was quite the buildup. When I watched it, I said, "Oh, okay." It clearly seems like this. It kind of veered away from the Brawl for All and more into a Vince versus Cornette angle when I was watching it. So, yeah, I mean, poor Bart Gunn, man. I mean, is it true that Vince brought in Butterbean to
not at
squash him?
Not at all, bro.
No.
Absolutely zero truth to that. Bro, the bottom line is Bart was a raw fighter and he was just knocking people out. Then when we were going to, and Bart will tell you this himself, when we were going to the Butterbean fight, Bart started getting training by Mark Merrow's old manager, I just had his name, Giraldi. I can't even remember it, but it was, Merrow was a Gold Gloves boxer, and Rinaldi was the guy's last name, and he started training Bart how to be a boxer. That's not what Bart did in the Brawl for All. Bart did no boxing.
Right.
And bro, Bart got in there with Butterbean, and he did not do what he did in the Brawl for All. He was trying to box Butterbean. Bro, Butterbean had been boxing his whole life.
Yeah.
And like Bart will tell you flat out, like that was a mistake on his part. But bro, absolutely no truth whatsoever to him being set up.
I'm glad you said that, man, because that's been a running rumor for a long time.
No.
I'm glad that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a weird fan interaction from your previous meet and greets? Brandon's asking.
You know what's so funny about this, Chris? Bro, how much hate I get. Okay, how much hate I get. Bro, every time I've been at a meet and greet and signed autograph and taken pictures and done all that, bro, never once has a fan ever said anything to me that they would say behind the keyboard. Not one time. I mean, never once, bro, did I have a bad interaction with somebody at a convention or something like that. Never happened, bro. Now,
I can imagine.
Chris, I will say this, though. This is a shoot, though, bro. Chris, when we were doing TNA at the fairgrounds in Nashville, Tennessee, Chris, I had people waiting outside to fight me. And I literally would have to go out there and say, guys, that was a show. Like that's you just saw a character that is not me. But bro, literally wanted to fight me because I got them that hot during the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was I mean, why? Was it the sex angle? I mean, what was it that was causing them to?
Do you want to know what it was, Chris?
Yeah, what was that was causing them?
It was? Chris was a New Yorker in the South.
Oh, wow.
Period.
Wow.
End of story, bro. Period. Wow. End of story, bro.
Because it had to be that, because I'm like, okay, I mean, the Sports Entertainment Extreme, that was hot at the time, but it wasn't like, slash your tires type of heat like back in the 80s or something like that. It wasn't that bad.
A New Yorker in the South, bro.
Wow.
That's what it was.
Territorial, ladies and gentlemen. Derek's asking, is there anything about the wrestling business that you truly miss?
Bro, gosh, man. Bro, I mean, honestly, like when I weigh the pros and the cons, I mean, the cons so outweigh the pros. Bro, I really did enjoy working with some of the guys and seeing some of the guys, and I enjoyed the creativity. I enjoyed the producing aspect of it. Mm-hmm. But, bro, on the other side of that coin, just the politics and the bad people involved, it's just so lopsided, man.
Yeah. How do you feel about Sting in AEW?
Hey, bro, listen, man. Bro, if Sting can still make that kind of money at his age, God bless him. God bless him. I was able to talk to Sting, bro. My last conversation with Sting was after the Seth Rollins incident.
Okay.
And I know for a fact Sting was told to not step in a wrestling ring again. Mm-hmm. So, my whole thing with Sting is it's twofold, bro. Number one, bro, make as much money as you can. All the power to you. If Tony Khan is willing to pay you, God knows what, take the money. But number two, bro, if and when, the guy does get in the ring, did they have that match yet?
No, they have it March the 7th at
I pray to God the guy does not get hurt. I do not want to see him get hurt, bro.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of bells and whistles.
Yeah,
I think they're purposely making it a tag and making it a street fight so they can protect him as much as possible. So he'll be using his bats and all that. So I mean, it just seems like they want his namesake to be there to really, put a marquee on AEW. As you know, Sting's my all-time favorite wrestler, and I was super hesitant, seeing this, man. When he came in, the jury was still out for a couple of weeks when Sting went in AEW, because I still wanted Sting to have some type of solace and some type of salvaging something in WWE, because they booked him so terribly. I just can't stand how they booked him. So when he came to AEW, I was like, okay, well, there's my hopes and dreams with WWE. And so I think they've done a good job booking him, though. I know, I'll keep you up to speed when it comes to AEW, since you don't watch it. For someone who thinks AEW is okay, not the biggest fan, but I think it's okay. It's a decent competitor to WWE. I'd watch AEW more than an episode of Raw any day of the week, twice on Sunday. But at the same time, Sting in AEW, I'm still getting used to it. I'm still trying to get used to it.
Let me ask you what you thought about this, because this really bothered me. I want to see what you think about this. Bro, if you go back and you look at the first time Sting came out on AEW, bro, his hair was gray.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so cool and refreshing. Thank God, bro. You are my age.
Yeah.
Freaking gray, bro.
Yeah.
And then, bro, next show, hair dyed. And I'm like, bro. Like, why? What? You are a 60-year-old man.
Yeah, he'll be
Why?
62 years old next month.
Yes. Why? Why? Bro, that's the stuff that just drives me nuts, bro.
Yeah, I guess it's the nostalgia, man. I mean, but what helps Sting though a lot is that he was one of those people who was super gifted to have a lasting character because of the face paint. I mean, that really helps his character so much throughout the years. And the dude's 62 years, like he'll be 62 years old next month.
Yeah.
And it's like I was looking at this thing last week and I was like, this guy is 62 years old.
Yeah.
About to compete in a match at AEW. Like, I can't even imagine. It's still even weird to even think, yes, 62-year-old Sting, is going to, or 61, almost 62-year-old Sting is going to literally compete in a match at a pay-per-view for AEW. Like, that, to me, that's still very mind-boggling.
I agree, bro. 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah. If he can still go, he can still go. Like I said, I like the fact that they're doing all the bells and whistles and things like that to protect him. That's what they should do. He shouldn't do any type of.
I hope they keep doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I hope they don't lose sight of that. You know what I mean?
100%. I 100% agree with that. I do not want to see Sting in a singles match, and I hope. And to be honest with you, he signed a lengthy contract. I really hope that this match is one and done as far as him being in the ring, but I can see it happening more.
You know what's so weird about that, Chris? Let's talk about this for a second. Why would you sign a guy to a lengthy contract? Like, first of all, he's not going back to the WWE or anywhere else.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you give the guy a year contract and see how it works out? Like that's the thing with Tony Khan, bro. I got nothing against this guy. And, bro, with all due respect, like, I don't care how much money you have. The guy's not going anywhere else. Mm-hmm. You don't know if the guy is going to move the needle. You don't know if you're going to get a return on your investment. Why would you give him multiple years, bro?
Yeah. I guess that's, when you're a multi-billionaire like Tony and Chad, you can do whatever you want and say, hey, it's a few $1 million doesn't hurt my pocket.
I guess, bro. I guess.
We shall see. Leonard is asking, who do you think is the best world champion in pro wrestling right now?
Oh my God, I'd have to think about who the champions are. I would have to say, bro, because I'm going strictly on working their butt off. Okay. Drew McIntyre has worked his butt off. Mm-hmm. Drew McIntyre has done everything that company has asked him to do. Unfortunately, bro, the creative, I think, has been absolutely atrocious. There's no reason why a McIntyre could not have been up there as one of the all-time greats. The only thing that has held him back is the booking of the character. Yeah. But this guy has busted his hump. Yeah. So I'd say Drew McIntyre without a shadow of a doubt. Reigns is doing a great job. I love Roman Reigns, but McIntyre is working his butt off, bro.
Nice. What is your thought on Vince splitting up the tag teams and stables?
Is that what he's doing?
Just period. Just, the times where he just split up the tag teams. Like
the thing I don't like, bro, that is bro, will you grow up? When you've got couples and he puts them on different brands, it's like, bro, really? Why, bro? Just because you can. You know what I mean, bro? I hate when he does that. I mean, can you not let couples, husbands, wives travel together, for crying out loud?
Yeah, and there's been a couple times like they broke up the Riot Squad, and then they tried to have Liv Morgan do her thing, and Ruby Riott was a heel, and then that was a bust, and they got back together, and they split up Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, and we see what Peyton Royce is doing nowadays. Billie Kay actually is funny. I actually like Billie Kay a lot, man. She's got a lot of charisma.
Oh, she gets it. She
Yeah.
100% gets it without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, I love her charisma, man. You know, it's funny because this is kind of a blessing in disguise for her because it's really given her an opportunity to really show her charisma.
Right.
And when she was with the Iconics, it was kind of just like her and Peyton Royce doing the iconic thing. But now I think it's hilarious. Her resume, trying to, it's like buffoonery. It's just like grade A buffoonery, and I think it's hilarious. And that's how wrestling should be. It should be some satire when it comes in that too.
I agree.
And because the more that they do all the flips and I'm waiting for you to sit here and do your spot. That takes the essence of pro wrestling. I'm supposed to be entertained, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's about the characters. When I'm seeing the character of Billie Kay, pass her resume and kind of slide her resume to people, I think that's hilarious.
She gets it, bro. No, she gets it. You know when people get it, she gets it.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of potential with her.
Yeah.
Maybe a manager, maybe she locks in, as a manager. I like the babyface role because I think she's so likable and people are starting to like her. So I think they should run with that. Yeah. Let's see, a couple more. I got about 5 minutes. Let's see. Let's do this one here. Do you think writers and producers don't, I guess, get the appreciation they deserve when it comes to many things that were invented, such as the Attitude Era, the Rock character, etc.?
Bro, I'm going to always be honest with you, Chris, about this. Chris, I love putting other people over. I really do, bro, because I know a couple of reasons. I know it makes them feel good, and it costs nothing. It costs nothing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it costs nothing to put somebody over, and it makes them feel good. I love putting people over. I love saying something was somebody else's idea. Like, I love that, okay? Bro, I don't love a boss never putting anybody over. Mm-hmm. I don't get that because, bro, it doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
It doesn't cost you anything, bro. Do you know how many people working at the WWE right now just want an attaboy slap on the back from Vince? Bro, that will mean more than a $10,000 bonus.
Mm-hmm.
People, that's just human nature. People want to be appreciated. People want to be put over. Bro, never once when I was working with Vince McMahon did he ever put me over. And, bro, it's not like I need him to put me over. I really don't. But it's like, bro, at the end of the day, like, bro, you know what I did. You know what Ed did. You know what we did together. Mm-hmm. And then, bro, to go out of your way and put together these shows on your own network where you completely rewrite history. It's like, really, bro? I mean, Chris, like, I've got, I do Russo's brand, and I've got a producer, Jeff Lane. Mm-hmm. Bro, I couldn't do what I do without Jeff Lane. Mm-hmm. Why would I ever hide that fact? I mean, I never understood Vince, bro, because I think all the great leaders, bro, going back to Vince Lombardi, mm-hmm. I think all great leaders put their team over.
Oh, yeah.
And put over the people that got them there. Yeah. Bro, Vince puts nobody over. I never understood that, bro.
Yeah, because putting someone else over makes you look good. You know what I mean? Right. And I don't understand why you wouldn't want to put someone over. That doesn't make any sense.
It's weird, bro. It really is weird.
Hogging the spotlight. It sounds like a bit of a Napoleon complex.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you want to see David Benoit become a wrestler?
Oh God, bro. Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, if it's that kid's dream and he's working as hard as everybody else, gosh, bro, the sins of his father, I don't think he should be held accountable for. You know what I mean? And if the guy never gets a job because of that, man, I feel really, really, really bad for the dude, bro. Like, what was he supposed to do?
Yeah. I agree. I don't think he deserves to be blacklisted for that either. And I don't think, I was talking one of my podcast episodes a while ago. I was interviewing Conan, and I asked him. This is probably about a couple of years ago, and we were talking about whether Nancy Benoit should be blacklisted, for it too, and absolutely not. Both of us would agree. And as a matter of fact, I think women should be in the Hall of Fame like ASAP. Like I think she should be in the Hall of Fame next year. And I think that women way before Benoit had such a huge contribution to the product, to the pro wrestling in general,
right?
That I have no idea why she still is not in the Hall of Fame. And that to the life of me, that absolutely baffles me why woman is not in the Hall of Fame right now.
Yeah.
Who should be the guy to take the titles from Roman and Drew, in your opinion? Good question,
bro. I don't think they're there. I don't think they're there. I mean, I am a big fan of Bray Wyatt and the Fiend, but first of all, bro, they've done so much damage to that character. Number one, number two, that character doesn't need a belt or a title. I don't know, bro. I mean, what, you're going to put the title on Edge? I mean, and, Edge is going to be the hood ornament in the company, and he's going to wrestle these great matches at his age with all these, bro, I don't think right now there is anybody more deserving in that company to have those belts than those two guys. I don't.
I agree. I don't see anybody for Roman. For Drew, I think if you continue to book them the way that they have been, I think Lashley can have a shot at it. I would be totally fine with Lashley. I mean, dude's 40. He'll be 45 years old this year, and so I definitely think it's about time for him to win a world championship. Dude is a stud, man. He's huge, and he can go. I mean, he's agile as he is big. All right. So I think let me see if there's a really good one real quick. Leo said, I absolutely love UnSKripted, and Vince Russo was always one of my favorites.
Yeah,
behind the scene. There you go.
Yeah, Leo. Yes, Leo.
Nice. Man, there is a lot of good questions here. All right, so let's do can WWE capitalize on something like my hole?
Bro, that was the best thing I heard on any WWE show in like literally the last year.
Did you see the Raw talk?
No.
Oh man, so I didn't watch it, live, but I got a text about it. Oh, this is why I love R-Truth. Dude is hilarious. He's legit hilarious. Dude even made Brock Lesnar laugh. All right. He's hilarious. He said, because Shayna and Nia were being interviewed. So you had Charlie Caruso, R-Truth, and then Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax. And so Nia's like, blah, blah, blah. We're holding, this is why we hold the tag team titles, something to that nature. And R-Truth said, did you say whole or whole? Hold. And Nia, like, she legit, like, got, and then Baszler was like, oh, and then Nia Jax, she got up, and then she came back a few moments later, through like a kind of like a raft, small like rafter hole, type like a life, preserver to R-Truth, and R-Truth kind of hugged it and started talking about the hole again. Dude is legit hilarious, man. Yeah. So you got to check that out when you get a chance. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of other questions, man, but I think that's good for us for now. Plug the brand, my man.
Yeah, guys, please check out my brand. I got 2 platforms, bro, with dozens of podcasts with different people from the industry, bro. I've lost track. I got so many people doing shows. But go to russosbrand.com and go to patreon.com/Russo TWC.
My man, it's always a pleasure, man. Fun as always, and I will see you soon, man. He's Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone, and you just witnessed another episode of UnSKripted. Have a